that took a lot longer than we expected, but we are finally getting the first game underway. Uh, Dan Scholar is on the blue side. He's captain of the blue team. Sun Zhao is captain of the purple team. On the blue side, we are having picked from our limited champion list Shin, Nautilus, and Tarthus. And on the purple side, we have Fiora, Ash, and Nami picked up. So with these champions, remember, the purple team picked these 3 champions for the blue team, and the blue team picked those 3 champions for the purple team. So what the purple team has done is they've given the blue team a crap ton of tank, but very little actual damage. And on the blue side, they've given quite a bit of damage over to the purple side, but no real tank. So you're going to have a game here where it's going to come down to tank versus damage. Can the damage dealers get built up quickly enough to pierce through the natural tankiness of a Shin and the Nautilus, and then the Karthus, who probably won't die, thanks to his passive that gives him that 7 seconds of life. But his ult is slightly less useful since it can only hit 3 people. Take a look. Everyone is running Flash. You've got Fiora, Ash with Barrier, Nami with Exhaust. So we're probably going to be looking at an Ash-Nami duo lane, doing a standard AD carry support style play, with Fiora getting a solo lane. On the other side, you've got enough tankiness. Either Nautilus or Shin could be as good solo laner. I expect to see Shin be the solo laner, with Nautilus and Karthus being taken as a dual lane, unless someone wants to spend most of their time in the jungle. Neither team has great jungle potential unless Shin foregoes some of his tank and picks up some AD. But should be a fairly interesting matchup here. So we got 2 minutes left to get through our the 3-minute delay, so that they can't watch the stream as it's happening. We've got 21 people in chat. I want to see some predictions out there. Who do you think's gonna pick this one off? Alright, so in chat we're having picks being tossed back and forth, or chat going back and forth, trying to figure out who's going to win the game. Curious to see if there's a large leaning one way or the other. Personally, I expect if the game lasts under 20 minutes or 25 minutes, blue team wins. If we go much longer than 30, purple team's going to start out scaling. So yeah, I'm hedging my bets. I pick both teams. But of course, all this assumes that the people playing these champions actually know how to play the champions, because you haven't necessarily gotten to pick champions you know how to play. It could have been, well, I know Nami the best out of Nami, Ash, and Fiora, but I don't really know how to play any of them. So it could be interesting to see. May just have champions that no one knows how to play. Be very curious to see how it all ends up. But I think blue team's gonna pick this one up. We're gonna hit the loading screen here shortly, and then we'll get in game, and we'll get to start pointing out some of the interesting things that happen on the Twisted Tree line. Well, I will say this: Sun has the headmistress Fiora skin, so that might suggest that Fiora gets played quite a bit. But on the other side, you've got Surgeon Shin and Pentakill Karthus, so be curious to see how this goes. Eclipse Slasher Eclipse site taking a little while loading. Hopefully, we're not going to have connection issues after all this. I'd like to, while we've got the moment, I'd like to give a nice shout out to the Solo Mid site for listing our stream and getting that out there for everyone to see. Thanks for everyone who may be coming to us via the Solo Mid stream site. Really appreciate you stopping in. Uh, this is the first tournament the Newbie Tuesday Gaming League has thrown together, so we're working through all the kinks. But expect to see more of these in the future. If you'd like to be kept in the know about any details of upcoming tournaments, feel free to click the link to our forums down on the bottom of the stream. It's a nice big bright blue letter says NTGL. Click on that. That takes you to our page. Sign up. Come talk to us. We're a group dedicated to helping new players out, teaching newer players how to play League of Legends, passing along all the knowledge that we've learned. But tonight's all about just having some fun and getting a few prizes out there too. So it's definitely a change of pace for us. Glad to have everyone who's here watching. Thanks for tuning in. And game one will be starting here very shortly, as soon as Ash finishes burning her toast. Did I misspell something? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I misspelled League. Okay, I can fix that tomorrow. Yeah, on the other, I can fix that tomorrow. First place is it's the standard Riot prize structure. I want to say it's like $20 RP essentially, and you get the Rise skin that tournament winners get. I don't know. I'd have to go look that up somewhere to see what the prize is. Oh, Crow's got it out there. Thank you, Crow. So 3,200 RP. I think that's $20, close to it. Uh, I know fourth place is $5, so it may be 5, 10, 15, $20. All right, everyone's finally hit 100%, so we will get this game underway now. For people who have not seen Twisted Tree Line before, because this is the first time a lot of people have seen it, going to set this, turn off the fog war just for a minute, get a good look at the map. In the center of the map, in the forest, you have these two altars. Capturing an altar locks the altar for 90 seconds, so it can't be captured by the other team. overlay off. Thank you.
Welcome to the Twisted Tree Lab.
Alright, so anyway, you've got altars. The altars can be captured, give you nice benefits. Up in the top, eventually, Giant Spider will come out of here. He'll dance with you. Picking up both altars gives you a 10% boost to AP and AD. Very nice. Having one altar gives you 3 bonus gold on each kill you make. So now that we've seen those, we'll turn the Fog of War back on. And Karthus is spamming his Q, building up his tier before the match even starts. That is awesome. Awesome use of Q, and it provides vision of the boot. And he's going back to base to build up some mana. Very nicely done. Get a few extra stacks out of that Q. Alright, so we are going to have the Ashe Nami lane up in the top lane versus Shin. Shin's going to have to deal with quite a bit of poke, but you typically see, even on Summoner's Rift, the Shin lane go 1v2. Down the bot, you've got Nautilus and Karthus versus Fiora. Fiora is not as well equipped to do a 1v2 lane, so Fiora is going to be zoned out of a lot of her gold early. Taking a look at starting on, we see Nautilus picked up the new for Season 4 Relic Shield. Provide a little bit extra gold to Karthus, try to get Karthus to that late game state that much quicker. And lots of poke going on Shin, dropping him down to 300 HP, forcing him to go through a lot of his potions. Yeah, oh, that's a good point Ness's brought up. For any players who weren't above level 20 at the start of to make it fair for the very new players who are in the tournament, anyone above level 20 does not have runes or mysteries. So it's a bit of a change for the people who are used to. It changes your last hitting strategies a little bit. Alright, we see the first altar. The altars have unlocked at the 3-minute mark. And we see Purple Team going and picking up the first altar very quickly. Altars do faster the more team members you have near the altar. And at the same time, Blue Team's picking up theirs. So for the next 20 seconds, it is going to be, those altars will be locked. Both teams will be getting a bonus 3 gold per minion kill. And right now, we've got all 3 members of the Purple Team staying down the bot lane, helping Fiora push out just a little bit, just to get off the turret before they return to the top lane. And Karthus doing a good job trying to zone Fiora out with that lane waste, just dropping the delayed Q bombs and slow fields, just trying to get as much poke in and just keep Fiora away from CS. Since we now know how the teams are lining up, we can adjust this. So we see that despite the fact that Shin is at a disadvantage in a 1v2 lane, he is equal in CS to Ashe, but is down to 110 health and can no longer approach, has no potions, has no health regen at this point, other than passive health regeneration. And we see Nautilus coming up through the jungle and is going to be attempting to make a gank, or at least provide Shin enough time to recall to his base. And so now instead of a 100 health Shin, you now have a full health Nautilus, who's also going to be able to take the time to recharge his Relic Shield now that it has the super long charge time of 60 seconds now instead of 30 seconds. On the execute charges that get past the gold around. And Fiora is back down. It's now 1v1 in the bot lane as well. Fiora is still not able to really get close. As I say, that dives in on Karthus, but not able to go pick up too much gold. But it's about to start being able to last hit. Now he's got a 2v1 situation as Nami has come down and is applying lots of damage. Bubble just misses off of Karthus. And Karthus walks away. Only took about 125, 150 damage. And now with a 1v2 situation, Ashe is having to back off because being caught by either Shin or Nautilus guarantees you're caught by the other. And for any champion on the purple side, that's probably instant death. And there's the anchor hook and the stun. The slow comes out, and Shin wasn't quite paying enough attention and does not get close enough to land a taunt. And Ashe just has to run away from the minion wave and is going to be zoned out from XP and gold. The altars have unlocked. There is no verbal announcement in the game when the altars unlock. So you have to pay very close attention to your timers like you would a dragon timer to know when those altars are in the unlocked position. And right now, it does look like Nami has gone in and has picked up the second altar. So right now, Purple Team has a 10% bonus to AD and AP. It's not too strong. Oh, there goes the Shin. Taunting in on Ashe. Flash and Barrier both used. So double Summoner's Close burn. But Fiora diving in, standing in the dot field. And then Fiora flashes through the wall to not be slowed. Ashe did manage to get away up in the top lane. It's quite a bit of action right there all at once. Double flashes burned on the purple side. All flashes available on the blue side, so we may see blue team try to get fancy with an attack of some sort here. They will have plenty of options available. Now Nautilus is moving in to capture the altar of the purple side to remove that 10% HP or AP AD buff, and will get it captured. Now it's Nami and the flash just not landing in time. And now Taunt is landed, and First Blood is going to go to Nautilus, and a second kill comes in, and Ashe drops as well. Fiora is coming to the fight now, tried to dash in, and is now just being forced to run away. Nautilus almost lands an anchor, but gets pulled into the turret instead. Fiora picks up the kill, so now it's a 1-for-2 trade, and still overall the trade better for the blue team. They picked up the altar, denied the AP and AD bonus, got a bonus kill, but getting a kill on Fiora means Fiora's going to have some gold now that she was not getting because she was not getting CS. So we'll see what items now get bought. We see Ashe coming back with a pickaxe and a longsword.
I also hear the songs of the dead.
And the other altar had just unlocked, so now blue team has both altars in their control for nearly the full 90 seconds. Nothing's going to be able to break that 10% bonus for another minute or so. At this point, 10% AD and AP isn't a huge deal because neither team has bought too much in the way of AD or AP. So it's only base values at this point. But still, 10%, 10%. Then you got Fiora, has got Parry available, and it's not going to be able to land that. And there comes a late Crystalline Arrow. That's going to miss Shin, and Nautilus may see it fly in front of his face. You want ambient music turned down. I can do that. Alright, so we turned down the noise a little bit. We do have Shin gets dropped by Nami, and Tidal Wave comes out. That's going to pick up a second kill. Nami picks up both kills. And that's going to give a lot of gold to a champion who doesn't typically get much. But that is double assist being passed along to all members of the team. Altar, the purple side altar has unlocked, so with the 2 kills down, no one's going to be able to contest that. Karthus just trying to keep the minions off the turret until his team respawns. I don't think purple team's going to try to make a play and pick up the second altar at this time. As Shin and Nautilus come back into the top lane, but as all 3 members of blue team are in the top lane, purple team 2-man pushing the bot lane, gonna try to pick up some damage. We'll see as they'll move out of purple team's vision. Nami and Fiora back off. And there's the Hawk, I think it's Hawk shot to provide that little bit of vision. And now you've got all 3 members of the blue team in the bot lane, And Ash is going to push it out as Shin decides, no, I'll go back top lane. And a bubble on top of an anchor. You're supposed to put the anchor in the water, not the water on top of the person controlling the anchor. But Fiora ults in, and depth charge going up. Just not enough damage on Fiora right now to really pick up, to really make much out of her ultimate. Does drop both Nautilus and Karthus down to about half health, but that's not going to be enough, unfortunately, to... Oh, and a very nice bubble. Running away while slow does manage to land the bubble, and Nami's going to be able to escape because of that. Up in the top lane, well, apparently they don't want to look at top lane. Top lane, Ashe, Shin. Ashe does have a 1-level advantage, but still does not have a way to poke through Shin's high natural armor and health right now. So both of them just kind of getting the farm, and Shin's actually keeping everyone up there. Here comes the Crystal Arrow and just misses the blue team as they were chasing Fiora. Fiora probably could have turned on that had the Crystalline Arrow hit. But instead, everyone's moving back. Nami is dead. And is about to respawn soon. We're going to take a look right now. Taking a look, Shin's stats. Shin with 87 armor and 1500 health. Ashe, at this point in the game, Ashe is not able to do it. This is why AD carries are not played on Twisted Treeline so much. So many AD carries want to get to the 15-minute mark, the 20-minute mark. You want to be level 11 with a completed Infinity Edge. You want 100 CS. And right now, Ashe has none of that. It's very hard to go through a whole lot of tank without items, and AD carries have to have their items to be super effective. Both altars currently unlocked, and Fiora and Nami coming in, and we may see catch the bubble, just misses Nautilus, who does pull himself in. Nami dropped very low Ignite, throw on the Nami. Fiora applying quite a bit of damage, and last tick of Ignite will pick up Nami. Ashe was a little bit late coming to the party. Now it's 3v2 in the top lane. And Karthus is just going to clear out the minion wave with his AoE. And so now a big minion wave and 3 champions pushing in. And we may see the champions move about. While purple team has to deal with the minions, blue team's going to go pick up the second altar and get their buff back. Also in the middle of the map, we didn't get to talk about this earlier, right where Shin's walking right now, that is where a health crystal can spawn, very similar to the ones you find on the ARAM map. Give you health, give you mana. Also here they give you a movement speed boost. So it's very nice if you manage to pick it up on your way to a gank or on your way from a gank. Might be the difference in making a catch or making an escape. Now we see purple team trying to figure out where blue team has gone. Fiora is clearing out underneath her turret. Ashe and Nami have managed to push all the way back into the blue team turret. Karthus is moving through the middle of the jungle, maybe trying to come up behind Ashe and Nami, throw down that slow wall, make it very easy for Nautilus to make a catch. Alright, we get there's the taunt. Taunt lands onto Ashe. The files going on. The tidal wave, crystalline arrow, point blank, still misses. Ashe with a very small solo health. The barrier used too soon. Karthus ult is going to land after barrier has expired. Karthus does pick up the kill. Barrier popped a little bit early. Barrier's defense very short-lived. We see Shin now with a completed Sunfire's Cape. Shin going to be pretty hard to deal with anyway. But with the Sunfire Cape, even when he goes in taunts, even if he doesn't do much damage straight up, the Sunfire Cape will apply quite a bit of damage. You can just run around and generally be annoying. Seeing in chat that some other games already finished. Team Pox has already won. Questions about how teams are picked again. Okay, so the way teams are picked in this game is Damn Scholar's team picked 3 champions that were going to be played by the purple team, and Sun Zhao and his team picked 3 champions that were going to be played by the blue team. So there's a limited list out there. The list is on the NTGL website. I'm sure someone can throw up a link very shortly. But essentially, each team picks 3 champions that the other team will play that are on that limited list. Then, once those 3 champions have been agreed upon, yes, everyone on the team has those champions, or some subset of those champions, the teams get to decide which player on the team gets to play which champion out of that list of 3. So the example here would be blue team says, purple team, you get to play Fiora, Ashe, and Nami. They say, okay, we all have Fiora, Ashe, and Nami, or enough people have it so that we can get all 3 of those champions in the game. And then Sun, Eclipse, and Alchai all say, okay, which one of us wants to play Fiora, which one wants to play Ashe, which one wants to play Nami. That figures out the purple team's out. Purple team does the same thing with Shen, Nautilus, and Karthus, and passes them to the blue team, and they pick that out. So you pick a pool of 3 champions that the other team is going to play from, and they get to pick which of their players plays which champion out of that group of 3. So hopefully that will explain that a little bit better. And a nice tidal wave by Nami almost gets Nami away, despite some very nice crowd control. But unfortunately, the fish is caught on the hook and brought in for dinner. We see Ashe has a completed Sanguine Blade. That is the replacement for getting... that's the replacement for the Bloodthirster. It gives you attack speed on hit. It also does lifesteal and a high damage. Question is, what does the team do after they win? Assuming that everyone is ready for the other team, they'll go to round 2, and you'll go through the pick process again. Whichever team they're facing will give them 3 more champions. They'll give the other team 3 champions, and you do that pick process again. Is there a team tree posted anywhere? I don't think so, because it wasn't planned that way. Oh, team tree, like a tournament bracket. Yes, and that is the link. Nami doing a marvelous job trying to defend a turret. Nami is about the worst person to defend a turret because none of her abilities other than her bubble actually affect minions. So Nami desperately trying to get that. Instead, turret goes down. Nami gets taunted. Nautilus does not follow it up. And Shen and Nautilus back away, seeing Ashe has rejoined the fight. No, I think as soon as both teams are ready for a given round, the round will start. And we see Fiora ulting in on the Karthus. Quite a bit of damage going down, but Karthus applying quite a bit of damage himself. Karthus down to 100 HP, and Fiora does get the kill, gets shut down gold, but Fiora will die for her troubles, so a little bit of extra gold, but that's still a 1-for-1 trade. Alright, things going down just a little bit. We can take a look at items being bought. Actually, we see Nami desperately trying to capture the altar. Does grab the altar and misses, or dodges the hook from Nautilus. And the fish gets away to live another day. And is, again, going to be the one-woman fish saving crew for the turrets, but Nami cannot cannot protect against the siege. And there is not any damage there. There's Tidal Wave just applying damage, keeping everyone slow. And lots of damage going on to Nami. And here comes the Karth Assault. That's going to pick up Nautilus still managed to get the kill. But Fiora also drops very low. And that's a double kill. Ashe is pushed into the top lane. He's going to try to take a turret. But Shin and Nautilus likely going to take one of the inhibitor turrets now. And looks right now, it looks like the tanks are having their way with the AD range carry and AD melee carry. Just they're not able to generate enough damage to poke through the tank this early in a match. Tanks are super powerful in Twisted Tree Line because most matches are in the 20 to 30 minute range. That's where tanks hit their big stride on Summoner's Rift. In Summoner's Rift, 30 minutes, that'll get you a good way through the game. That might be enough to end the game. But on Twisted Tree Line, that's late game. So AD carries don't typically get to hit their big power spike once they for level 18. Super attack speed, super damage, super armor pin. You're not going to see a lot of that on AD carries in Twisted Tree Line because the games are too short. Purple Team is going to take a second altar here, and Fiora applying 5 damage, but Shin is using Stand United. Just when Purple Team thought, hey, we're going to have a 2v1, Shin stands United in, and is going to use that to come in. Fiora trying to get a little bit of gold before running, but is going to run through the slow wall, and that's going to be enough probably to get her caught. Versal and Arrow comes in. Fiora gets shot down. 500 HP. Fiora is surrounded by 3 people. Fiora is dead. And we see the gold pop up there. That's 2 for 0. And blue team. No, we're not going to end this yet. We're going to do this right. We're going to grab ourselves an altar first. Just to make sure Ashe doesn't somehow poke through Randuin's Omen, a Warden's Mail, a Frozen Heart, or Karthus and the Woogle Caplet, which is a combination Cap and Zhonya's. Karthus actually has almost as much tank between his Zhonya's activation and the shield he can get from I think it's Saracen Brace. Yeah, Saracen Brace gives him a shield based on his current mana. Between the two of those, he's got almost as much tank as Nautilus and Shin does. It's just so much HP, so much armor, so much life to get through. He's just not able to generate the kind of offensive firepower necessary. Blue team pushing a 10,000 gold lead. Going ahead, they're taking the second altar. Karthus, random Q for no apparent reason. Now we see Ashe has gone for a Banshee's Veil. Instead of picking up something like a Last Whisper to get through the armor, he's gone Banshee's Veil to deny a taunt possibly, or an anchor. Blue team's actually going to go, they're going to go pick the fight on Dire Maul dropping very quickly. Dire Maul dropping quite a bit of damage now. Dire Maul down to, is that 300 HP? It's 3,000. 3,000 HP. Those are 1,000 HP bars. And gets executed. Blue team does get the kill, but with Karthus dead and Nautilus very low, it's almost like a Baron throw. Purple team's gonna pick up another kill. That shutdown goal goes onto Fiora. It's Nami and Shin trying to fight. Nami trying to keep Shin close enough for Fiora to come in. But still, that's a essentially a 1 for 9. But Karthus also dead because Valmal killed him. And lots of damage not going on Shin. Getting Shin dropped down to 2/3 HP. I say lots of damage. Shin has lots of damage to give. But in the meantime, Ash is going to take a turret. Going for Valma, it looks just like the Baron throws you see on Summoner's Rift at this point. There's a nice bubble. Lots of damage going in. Fiora's ultimate halfway off cooldown. The rest of the blue team has respawned. I'm going to have a 3-man push into the turret, but now all 3 members of blue team are there as well, so you're going to have another 3-on-3 fight. But Shin is actually fairly low. Nice job dodging the anchor as purple team disengages. We see purple team going back, farming up as much as they can. Fiora also farming in the jungle, trying to get some extra gold. We see Hex Drinker has been bought for Fiora to mitigate some of the magic damage being done by Nautilus and Carthus. Spirit's Cowl probably going into a Banshee's Veil on Fiora as well. Still not seeing any sort of AD armor pin on Ash just yet. We see 2 daggers being bought, maybe going into heal. And Nami is thrown out a bubble. The only person not caught in the bubble is Carthus. Now Fiora's going in. It's a 1v3 because Nami's essentially dead already. That's a lot of damage. There's the shield, and Stand United also going on the Carthus. Carthus, for a moment there, had 4,000 or 5,000 effective HP, and not able to survive. Carthus, between the shield from the Saracen Braves and Stand United, just ended up with a ridiculous amount of shield health. But instead, it's now Ash versus the world, trying to protect this turret. Very dangerous position. But she does have the Banshee's Veil active available. So if that taunt lands, it's not going to actually do anything. And she may have delayed them just long enough. They're not going to be able to pick up the inhibitor this time. Alright, we now see Fiora with a completed Sanguine Blade. Going to have the increased attack damage and lifesteal. That does proc on her ult, so was maybe seeing that come out, trying to just get mass amounts of damage on the ult. Still, no armor penetration right now to get through Warden's Mail, Sunfire Cape, Randuin's Omen, Frozen Heart. That just doesn't exist right now. Someone suggesting a chat could be Blade of the Ruined King coming out. If it is, it's a long way coming, because there's another 2,000 gold worth of items to go before Blade of the Ruined King is finished. Well, see, volley there, I'm guessing that is a near max rank volley. Take a look. Yeah, that is a max rank volley, and that's doing like 120 damage after all the resistances are applied, at best. And Shin has nearly 2,000. Nami has made a sneaky steal, managed to pick up an altar. Nice sneaky steal, and teleported back to base in time. Slow going down to Shin. Lots of damage going to Shin. Now the damage is moving over to Carthus. Crystalline Arrow comes out. Very short range, very low stun time because of that. Lots of Ash is focusing on not Carthus. Actually, all the damage being focused on Fiora is desperately trying to get the kill on the Carthus, but it's going to die to the Shin. Shin gets credit for the kill, but turret goes. Purple team doesn't get a turret, but first inhibitor may be going down for the purple team, As Karth is at 100, 200 HP.
Inhibitor has been destroyed.
Ash trying to get a kill. Karth is dropped
Shut down.
and not able to finish the chase onto Shin. As Ash now has to stand back and defend the turret. Shin down to like 50 HP and having to run away from minions. You do see Ash has picked up Bowser Cutlass, so that is going to be a Blade of the Ruined King being built. Don't know that she'll have enough time to finish it out. Take a look. She's got 1,500 gold. I think the final step is... she might have the gold at this point to pick it up. Alright, we see Purple Team regrouping, trying to push back out of their base. Altar is available for them to capture, so they will actually get a buff if they take it. Altar capture is finished, and the altar is just unlocked on the blue side, so that buff isn't going to actually stick around for any length of time. But it does mean blue team's not getting it as well for 90 seconds. The purple team knows that if they lose one more team fight, the game's over. But doing their best, and there comes the slow kill. That's going to mean Nami gets caught. She's trying to stay close. Bubble lands on everyone but Karthus. Karthus, though, does pick up the kill. And this looks to be the beginning of the end. Crystalline Arrow does come out. Nautilus gets done. Damage going on to Nautilus. Nautilus cannot be killed by Ash alone. There is no armor penetration, no percent health damage being done from a Blade of the Ruined King or anything like that. Bolt comes in, does not hit anyone because Ash is already dead. That is an ace. Everyone is dead for 30 seconds. Inhibitor is down. Nexus turret is open. And Nautilus should just go and take it. But he's not. Alright, there we go. Nautilus, take the stuff. And minions now being cleared out as well. Nami is going to spawn before the turret is destroyed. And Fiora will be up in another 10 seconds, so they're going to be hard pressed to take the Nexus. Because there is very little AD on the team. Instead, blue team's going to chase Nami away, try to pick up another kill. Fiora is now responding. There goes the Nexus. 33-minute game. Scholar and blue team win game number 1 of the NTGL tournament. Congrats to them. They'll be moving on to face the 4th seed, I believe, in the tournament. They will be facing Team Crow. That's the 3 seed, actually. So Team Crow will be the team that they face. Very nicely done by both of them. And with any luck, they will already be ready for the next game.